Hey everyone, Jason Schappert here of M0A.com, and you've seen our Tecnam Twin. The one we flew to the Bahamas. We've introduced our multi-engine training videos and are filming our multi-engine online ground school with it. Well, we were blessed and fortunate enough to head over to the Tecnam factory in Capua, Italy, and really learn more about the history and the love that goes into a Tecnam aircraft.
Good to meet you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Italy.
So our tour started in the museum, which traced the lives of the Pasquelli brothers from their childhood with their love of model aircraft, and it led them into the creation of their first airplane using surplus parts left behind by American forces in the family basement. Tecnam is like the Apple of aviation in a way, starting out with these humble roots and growing into such an amazing company, which is a story Ashley and I can really relate to because we also at M0A.com have humble beginnings. Starting out in our little 1,200 square foot apartment in the tiniest little office, making our first flight training videos.
So the first aircraft of series was the P-57 Fakiro. And we have one here.
So this plane here is a P-57 Fakiro. I'm working on my Italian a little bit. It's a fabric on steel tube design with Lycoming power and wooden wings. Now, all Tecnam planes are named with the letter P for Pasquelli, and the year the professor actually designed them.
And this is, for example, one of the first projects they made of a model. They had the dream, the idea to build a real aircraft. So they were able to buy 4 A65 Continental engines. From these 4, they make one running. So in the basement of the house, they started to build the P-48.
One thing that really blew me away is the only thing Tecnam doesn't manufacture are the avionics, the engine, and the tires. Everything else is handcrafted with love by what's really a family business. So seeing how beautifully appointed these planes are and then getting a chance to speak with European pilots was so informative to learn more about their market and their needs as it comes to general aviation. You know, you may think of Tecnam as a light sport company, and there's a good reason for that. General aviation in Europe is not as accessible as it is in the US. In fact, when I was in England, I saw more gliders than I did motorized planes. But Tecnam has such just a robust heritage and product line that it truly goes beyond what we know in America as just light sport aircraft. You see, it really all comes down to expensive. General aviation in Europe is very expensive. I'm talking $300 an hour for a basic two-seater aircraft. So by making light sport aircraft, what we would call light sport aircraft, it makes general aviation accessible for everybody, and that's absolutely part of Tecnam's mission. So take a look at this, how they connect a composite fuselage to metal landing gear through this ribbing right here. So you have, again, student pilot has a hard landing, something like that. We're just replacing ribs, not where it's attached to, say, the belly or anything, where you could have a reverberation that goes through the entire fuselage, causing damage even as far down as the tail from a hard landing. It's kind of taking the brunt of it all right here instead. That's so fascinating. Just smart little design things like that. When you see these airplanes, you see the Italian stitching, you see the love that goes into these, you just want to take them all home with you. And if Ashley would have let me, I might have flown a few of those airplanes back home to Florida. Seeing the factory was just amazing, from the vacuum molded plastic parts to the water cut aluminum pieces. Like I said, this hand stitching of these leather seats. There's so many little details that go into a Tecnam aircraft and how they build them and how that love is felt throughout the entire process. One of the highlights of the trip was really seeing the Traveler, which very few people have actually seen in person. It really shows you the diversity of the Tecnam line, that this Traveler can be used as a commuter, as an air ambulance, but going back throughout their history, the Observer, which our twin is in relation to, shows the military heritage as well that Tecnam really has. In America, we think of Tecnam as a light sport company, but it's really so much more than that. And the Traveler really shows that, as Professor Pasquelli's really his last and final design. It was just so amazing to see the history of these beautiful aircraft, to go from a concept, an idea, all the way to fruition and see that happen literally on the factory floor. So Tecnam, from one family-run business to another, thank you so much for making us a part of your family. Not just myself and my wife, but our team here at M0A.com and the M0A Nation out there watching this video right now. If you guys and gals have any questions about Tecnam aircraft, I know they'll be watching the comment section of this video. So do leave a comment down below this video on Facebook, on YouTube, on M0A.com. I'm sure you'll get a reply from one of them or from a member here at M0A.com. Enjoy the rest of your day, and most importantly, remember that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, guys. See ya.